with Lynda Kinkade.
Right now, we're following a devastating situation that could get worse in central Texas, where 24 people are dead and at least 23 children are missing after a major flash flood. Teams are on the ground right now and will continue searching throughout the night for the missing. The children were at a summer camp when heavy rain submerged the area, turning a river into a torrent. A disaster declaration has been issued for some of the hardest hit counties, as more than 230 people have had to be rescued or evacuated from their homes. Parents are anxiously waiting at a relocation center in Ingram, Texas, hoping to be reunited with their children. Governor Greg Abbott tried to comfort the community when briefing the public about the search efforts.
We need to continue to invoke God Almighty. The one thing I hear the most from people across the country, really across the globe, are the prayers that are being sent for those who are in harm's way to be successfully rescued. Those who are giving thanksgiving to God right now because their family member has been located. Those who remain prayerful that their family member too will be found. This is a time when we as a state, we as a community, need God more than ever.
Well, the children who are missing were at a camp that sits next to a river near Kerrville, Texas. According to forecasters, it rose more than 20 feet. That's about 6 meters in just 90 minutes. CNN's Lavendera has more.
This July 4th holiday in Central Texas has turned into a nightmare as families across the state are grappling with the horror that unfolded as raging floodwaters erupted out of the Guadalupe River west of San Antonio and Austin, here near the town of Kerrville, Texas, and Kerr County, where the Guadalupe River bends its way through here. We have seen devastating scenes of destructions as the floodwaters rose rapidly in the middle of the night, catching many people by surprise and just wreaking absolute horror on many communities here. The most intense focus of the day has been on a campground called Camp Mystic. This area has several popular summer camps. Camp Mystic is an all-girls camp, and we have seen families descend from all over the state. We are outside of the school that is serving as a reunification center. Many of those young girls have been brought here by bus or airlifted here, and they have been reuniting with their families through the day. And the images that we have seen, young children in tears, sobbing, being held by their parents, just looks of utter trauma and despair on their faces as they walk away from here. And given what they saw and what they endured last night, you can completely understand why. There have been, authorities have confirmed 24 dead so far, and about 23 of those campers from Camp Mystic are still unaccounted for. And authorities here say they will continue search and rescue operations throughout the day into Saturday and in through the weekend until everyone is accounted for. And those operations have been going on throughout the day. State emergency officials say that helicopters and boat rescues have amounted to almost 240 high water rescues in this area. 170 of those roughly have been airlifted out by helicopter. So it gives you a sense of just how damaging and how intense this flooding scenario has been here in Central Texas. We've been able to drive up and down some parts of the Guadalupe River, and the scope and the magnitude of the damage that was inflicted by these raging floodwaters is simply profound to see. In some places where you could see that the river at some point might have reached as much as a half-mile wide, and incredibly deep and powerful water. Boats and kayaks and canoes wrapped around trees, massive trees just splintered apart in these raging floodwaters. As I mentioned, this has been a nightmare holiday weekend already for the people here in Central Texas. Lavendera, CNN, Ingram, Texas.
Sergeant Jonathan Lamb from the Kerrville Police Department joins us on the phone right now. We appreciate your time. It's hard to fathom what the parents of those still missing are going through right now. What can you tell us about the children still unaccounted for?
Yeah, this is a tragic day for Kerrville and Kerr County. Rescue operations are still ongoing. They'll continue throughout the night. all available resources, are actively searching for every missing person. At last count, we had, I believe, 24 children missing from a camp, and we are doing everything within our power to locate those children. We've got a tremendous amount of resources here. We've been very fortunate with state and regional resources that have poured in from across Texas to assist us, to include Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Parks and Wildlife, Texas National Guard, Coast Guard is here, and a variety of first responders from across the state. And we have boats, helicopters, and vehicles in the area actively searching as we speak. And those operations will continue all night and until every child is accounted for.
Yeah. I mean, this has been described as a 1 in 100-year rainfall event for the area of Hunt in Kerr County. More than an entire summer's worth of rain fell in some spots in just a few hours. Was there any warning? No,
we expected some rainfall today. The weather forecast yesterday called for rain. It rained off and on yesterday. It wasn't anything severe, and we didn't anticipate the heavy rainfall that fell upriver and inundated the North Fork and the South Fork of the Guadalupe River. And where those two rivers converge, the flood surge was about 29 feet. This was a historic flood. We've had some major floods in this area in the past. 1932 was a particularly deadly year. 1987 was also a very deadly year. This storm is worse than both of them.
And Sergeant, we know that more than 24 people, at least 24 people have been killed. What do we know about those who have lost their lives?
We're not able to release any information at this time, and we will not release any information about anyone that we've recovered until we are certain that their next of kin have been notified, and I'm sure that you can understand that process.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we wish you and all the first responders all the very best as you work throughout the night to carry out these rescues. We wish you all the very best. Sergeant Jonathan Lamb with the Kerrville Police Department, thanks for your time.
Thank you, ma'am.